My name's Ken Kryst. I'm a partner with PwC in our data and analytics practice. Data analytics and AI, we changed it last year wisely. I am here to talk a little bit about ROI today. So you can keep taking those down, Michael. Shameless plug for the firm, and this really bailed me out. We just came out with a report this week, QR code there on the bottom. We called it the Fearless Future. So what we did was we surveyed, I think it was 32 countries where PwC operates in as a network firm. In the survey, we asked about the effect of AI, and I think you're going to see a lot of the themes that you've already heard today. But essentially, 3 times higher growth in revenue per worker, 66% faster skill change in AI exposed jobs, wage premium for AI skills going up, and then faster wage growth for AI exposed industries. And essentially, the theme here is that companies that are grasping AI, I go around all the time when we present to clients, and most people are excited. Some folks are scared. Executives are scared about how they're going to deal with this. How is this going to impact my culture? Some people are worried about their jobs. But I forget your name in the front there.
Caitlin.
Yes, Caitlin. You're spot on with regards to the lawyer comment. And if people don't embrace this, they're going to be left behind. But those that are embracing it are moving ahead. So I think it's all very good news. And the theme of what you'll see in the report that we talk about is that I think in the beginning, especially when you talk about agentic AI, there was this concept of like, okay, how can I streamline headcount? How can I become more efficient without more people? But I think that there's a lot of other things that dovetail Michael's point about the ROH. I won't steal it, but I might tell stories about that at the next cocktail party. That's a very good one. We're making our lives for the lives of our consultants much better. On every one of our projects now, we created an agentic AI, an agent basically, which represents a senior associate. In our world, a senior associate is a kid out of college, 3 to 5 years. And on every one of our projects, we have one of those agents. So I essentially have an additional manpower without having to go hire, which makes the lives of everybody on that team a lot easier, especially with a lot of that admin BS that we have to deal with between status reports and invoices and stuff like that. So it's very, very helpful in that regard. So feel free to hit the QR code and download that report. Go to our website, just search on Fearless Future. The other thing I wanted to call out was just some examples, and I realize I'm standing between you guys and happy hour, so I'll be kind of quick here. But here's just some examples of stuff that we've actually helped our clients do. The 2 that I'll highlight, this isn't necessarily ROI, but I thought it was a pretty cool story, is this one about an entertainment company where we built, I think it was using Gen AI, using Enterprise GPT and deep research. We took the questions that the CFO got in his 3rd quarter call with investor relations, and we took a whole bunch of data, mostly financial data, as you can imagine, from their systems, and unleashed AI on it. And we found that we were able to simulate 80% of the questions that he was asked in the 3rd quarter, and then use that same thing to prep him for the 4th quarter. And it turns out that we attained 90% of all the questions that came at him. So if you think about, from an investor relations standpoint, everything that goes into the research, prepping the CFO and the other executives, we replaced a lot of that with AI, which was pretty cool. The other one that I personally have experience about this, so we're going to talk about this one. Sustainability reporting. Everybody knows that that's a big deal these days. And what we were able to, But with sustainability reporting, when you think about it from ESG standpoint, it's not like your traditional finance and sales reporting. You're getting a lot of different data from all over the place that no one had ever really cared about collecting. And it was really hard to pull together these sustainability reports, both that you're talking to the public and your commitments to society, as well as some of the regulations that we anticipate coming down the pike. And not only is it very hard to do manually, but it's very error prone because people are doing it with a lot of spreadsheets and stuff like that. So we're able, and we've just really started on this journey, but we were able to help one of our clients last year. We took last year's report, and for this year we actually reduced the amount of time by 35%. We expect that to double next year and do it in 70% faster time, and also have not only eliminated a lot of the manual errors, but we've gotten to a point now where we've trained the model to tell the company, like, hey, this commitment over here, you got to dial back on that because you're not going to be able to make it based on the data that we're seeing. This commitment, you're underserving yourself. You can actually go out and tell society that you're going to do a lot better. So little things like that are pretty cool. The other thing I want to talk about real quick, and then I'll be done. PwC, we call ourselves Client Zero. I think if there was an article this week in Business Insider about how most of the big four and the likes of Accenture and Capgemini and them have really gone full bore into the AI world, and it's been a really cool ride for myself and a lot of my colleagues. But we recognize that from a services perspective, we really have to get in on this. And just to let you know, so we do on the consulting side a lot of software development, a lot of systems implementations. On average, we're seeing that we're able to do that almost 50% faster than we were in the past. If any of you have ever been through an ERP implementation like an SAP, and think about everything that goes into all those workshops, writing all that information down, synthesizing all that, we have it to a point now where a lot of that's automated, streamlined, and much faster, and we're able to give that value back to our clients. You can imagine in accounting and tax, any accountants in the room that dare to raise their hand? All right, cool. You can imagine a lot of those late nights when you guys are preparing filings and all that stuff. We have a lot of Gen AI and a lot of agents doing that for us now, and that's only going to continue to get more and more. I have 22%. When I asked about that, they said it's conservative, but we're a conservative firm, so it's probably higher, and it's definitely going to get higher. And then this, I think someone earlier was talking about marketing. We do a lot of that. We do a lot of proposals, a lot of marketing, and this has really helped us accelerate that whole thing. So I guess, at the end of the day, the message is embrace AI. It's going to make our world a lot better. And these are just some hard figures that we've seen that I wanted to share. So Keith, thanks for the time. Thank you guys for sticking around since I'm one of the last speakers, but have a good weekend.